Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. It's me, Taylor, or welcome to my channel if you're new here. Today's video is going to be a tutorial on how to use Adobe Draw, which is a free app where you can do like vector digital illustrations, vector art, whatever you want to call it. If you don't know me from Instagram, I do have an Instagram where I post stuff like this. So if you want to see some of my art examples, you can go on there. It's at Taste Studio. And yeah, but if you are from Instagram and you've been waiting for this, I hope that you enjoy it. In this video, I'm just gonna be showing you guys a little like tutorial or overview of the Adobe Draw app just to get you guys started, like what all the different brushes do, different settings and stuff like that. And if you wanna see a more detailed video on how I use it and how I actually do the drawings, or if you wanna see how I do lips, how I do eyes, how I do shading, hair, anything like that, let me know in the comments or feel free to DM me on Instagram. I do have another video like this one where I used Infinite Painter, which is another free app, but a lot of you guys were having issues with the app, so I wanted to make a new video about a new app, which is Adobe Draw. And I think that this app is honestly better than Infinite Painter, and it's still free. So I think it is only for iPhone. Yeah, it is only for iPhone though. I'm trying to work on some videos for Android apps so all of you guys can use it, not just iPhone users. But anyways, regardless, I hope that you guys enjoyed this video and learned something. And again, let me know any video requests you guys have for me down below, and check out my Instagram. And yeah, enjoy the video. Here we go. I'm opening up the Adobe Draw app, which is right here. It looks like that. And this is where all of my projects are stored. So just all the things I'm working on. But in order to create a new project, you would just press the orange plus button in the bottom right corner. So we're pressing that. And it gives you all of these options of like different, I don't even know, like dimensions. And I've tried all of them and I literally don't know what they do. So if you know what these mean or like what they do or which one I should be using, please let me know. But I always just use square because everything that I post on my Instagram is like a square picture. So I always do that. And in this video, like I said, I'm not going to be showing you how I actually draw a picture. I'm not going to be showing you a picture that I'm drawing and like my techniques and stuff. That will be another video if you guys want it. So make sure you like this video and comment down below if you want another video of me showing how I actually am drawing a photo, and I would love to do that for you guys. But in order to import a photo, you have your layers over here. You have the background, the draw layer, and then in order to import a photo, you would press the plus sign and just import an image layer. And then you would press from your iPhone and it would open up your camera roll. But for right now, I'm just going to be explaining to you guys the basics of how to use Adobe Draw, just kind of getting used to the app because it is a big transition for me not knowing anything about these apps and then using Infinite Painter, which is pretty basic, and then this app is definitely more complicated. So I'm here to help you guys out with that. So I will start with these brushes on the side. As you can see, they're all different brushes. So I have this black one, which is a rounded brush. I'm going to increase the size. So there's just your basic round brush, and then to go back you would press the brush and it would take you back. And here is the tapered brush, and in order to change the size, you just hold and then you can drag up and down to change the size, which is so convenient and something that I love about this app versus Infinite Painter because it's so simple to just quickly like make it a little bit smaller, a little bit bigger. It's so convenient. So here's like a tapered brush, as you can see. And then we have this one, which is these are all like tapered in different ways. So we have this orange one, which is kind of like that. So if you can see, I don't really use the tapered brushes much, but they're really good for like calligraphy, or if you do any hand lettering, they're really good for that. So like if I were to write hi, it looks super cute because of like the taperedness of the brush. That again, just kind of here, I guess I'll write it in all the, oh no. I'll write in all of the, oh, that's really big. Sorry, do you guys care? I hope that you guys care. I hope you're not bored. So those are kind of how all of the different brushes look. That is the difference between the brushes. And then if you want to click on one of the brushes, change the size, the opacity, same thing. You just hold it down and drag it and it changes the opacity. As you can see, now it's up more. See that? And the color as well, you just press on this and it gives you a whole color wheel. And I will get into the color wheel later because there's a lot I want to say about it. I get very excited about the color wheel. But if you go to these brushes, you can make all of these brushes tapered. You can make them different colors. So say I want this one red. Oh, that's not red. Say I want this one red. I want this one green. Like it changes. So you have them on here. Say I want this one green. But if you want to hold down the black brush at the top, it shows you all of the different options. So say I wanted the brush to be green and round, I can make it green and round now. This yellow one, say I want this yellow to be tapered, I can make it tapered. So now it's tapered. So that's a really nice feature. So you can have kind of 5 different brushes going at once and kind of have them saved. So you're not changing the brush type, changing the color like every 2 seconds, which can be super annoying. So I really do like that feature. And another feature that I love, which that Infinite Painter did not have, say I drew this, and in order to delete it, I can press this little curved arrow at the top, and it just deletes the whole thing. But say I only wanted to erase part of it, this is a feature that I love. This kind of checkered pen at the bottom, it'll just let you erase like part of it. So it's really convenient if you just kind of mess up a little bit and you don't want to erase the entire stroke. You just want to erase a little bit. And that's something that Infinite Painter did not have, which kind of drove me crazy. But this app, it does have it. And you can go back to get it back. So that's a great feature that they have on there. And I think that's all with the brushes that I'm going to show you guys. And now I guess I will go into this top toolbar. So we know that the curved arrow undoes. Oh my God. The curved arrow undoes, whatever you drew. This little triangle and circle up here is really very helpful. I love this feature. So you can put a little circle in there. And draw a perfect circle. Like, how convenient is that? You can even like make it an oval and then draw an oval. Like, how amazing is that? That's a feature that Infinite Painter doesn't have too, which is why I like this app so much better. You can draw a line. How convenient. And then if you want to connect the line at the top and bottom, you can hold it in to fill. And I can't remember if Infinite Painter did this. I honestly don't think it did. But on this app, say I want to... No, Infinite Painter did not do this. Oh my gosh. Yeah, so if you want to draw a circle, and instead of like coloring the entire thing in, like so annoying, you literally just hold it to fill it. Like, how convenient. Like, I can draw this. Like, that's truly amazing. And it saves so much time, you guys. And what else does this have? You can have like a little star shape, a little diamond. They have these like random, like, I don't know who would use these people ones, but like if you need that, like they got you. I don't know what French curves are either, but like if you need a French curve, they got you. So that's what that feature does. And then over here is this layers button, which just makes the layers disappear from the side. So you kind of have like more room to draw and they're not like getting in the way because obviously they're a bit annoying, so you can make them just like go away really quickly. And then this button that with the arrow in the box is how you would save your drawing. Under share, you would press image and then it would save into your camera roll. And then settings, I don't really use anything in here. It's kind of too professional and too fancy for me. I don't know what any of it means. And then these 2 arrows pointing outward just removes all the toolbars from around. So you have just more room to draw and nothing's getting in your way, which is nice. And then you can bring them back. So last thing I want to show you guys is something that I'm very passionate about, which is the color wheel. Wait, did I show you guys this? Oh, I didn't. So another thing about the brushes. So say I have this round brush that's like that. And I press these little lines with the 3 circles on them down here. I can change the roundness and the taper of the brush. So it was like that. And now it's like that. Amazing, right? So that's what these tools are for down there. And now I can go into the color wheel. So here's where you pick your color. They have so many different colors, very vibrant, beautiful colors. And I love this because say I like this shade of yellow, right? And then I want to do some shading, right? So I need a darker shade of yellow. I can just drag this little thingy and it will give you like all the shades of a color. So say like I have all these shades of purple that are all like, they all match, they're all from like the same color, but they're just different shades of it, which is so convenient if you're doing shading. I really love that feature. And another thing that I love about this is at the top, as you can see, it says Tay Studio Theme, which is my Instagram. And these are all the colors that I use consistently in my theme. So I obviously want to keep them and, you know, not forget which shade or which exact little color they are. I want them to all be consistent. So I can save colors in here and they are there like permanently, and I can always just click on them and use them, which is really nice. And in order to add colors to like that, say I just wanted this green color, you would just press this plus sign up there and it says color saved, and now it's in my theme. And then to delete it, you would just hold it down and delete the swatch. So love that feature because I can have all my brand's colors in there permanently. So convenient, so I don't have to figure out which color it was every single time. Hi guys, sorry for popping in here, but I forgot to show you guys something very important about the app. So this is how to color match. So say you have a photo and you want to match the person's shirt color or skin tone or hair color, anything like that. This is how you would do it. I have my brush selected right here. This is also a picture I posted today, so if you didn't see it, go give it a like. You're going to take your brush feature, and this dot right here is the color wheel like we were talking about, and you're just going to press it down and drag it, and that's how you can color match any color in the photo. So just press and drag. Very easy, but it honestly took me a while to figure out how to do that when I first downloaded the app. So, and I somehow forgot to put it in here, but that's how you do it. All right, let's get back to the video. And another thing you can do up at this gray button at the top, there's wheel, RGB, and history. So history just gives you like the colors that you most recently used, which is nice. And then you can also go to RGB, which kind of shows like the reds, greens, and blues. I don't really know what this means, but like maybe if you're a little bit smarter than me and a little bit more creatively trained and artistically trained, you would know how to use this. I'm sure it could be helpful for some people, but for me, I just don't know how to use it. But I figured I would show it to you guys anyways. So going back to the wheel, these little 3 circles in the top right, they are so convenient and like just so cool and so professional of Adobe Draw to do. You know, Infinite Painter could never. No hate on Infinite Painter. Honestly, love the app, but like this app is just like next tier. Like, I'm so sorry. So I don't know what any of these words mean, like analogous. Am I even saying that right? I don't know. Monochromatic, triad, complementary, compound shades. But like, look what it does. So say I have the shade of red. It like, I don't know what this means, but it shows me a bunch of different shades of red. And then this one, it's like a bunch of like it shows you like the complementary colors. Like, how cool is that? Like, so helpful. Like if you're doing kind of like a theme and you need some complementary colors or some different shades, like it's just so convenient and I just love it, and it's just so cool and it makes me feel very professional. I think that is it. I think I showed you guys everything I wanted to show you, but again, those were just like the Adobe Draw basics to like get you guys started. And if you want to see actual tutorials of me physically drawing pictures and like making the art, just let me know in the comments and I would love to do that video for you guys. But hopefully this gets you, you know, some information, gets you working with Adobe Draw. Okay guys, so that is the end of the tutorial for how to use Adobe Draw. I hope that you guys learned a lot from this video and start using Adobe Draw. I've gotten so many DMs from you guys from my last video of you guys starting your own illustration Instagrams, just like sending me your pictures, asking me questions, telling me that I inspired you to start doing this, and I really love hearing that. So if you do start, you know, making drawings or using the app, have any questions at all, feel free to DM me. I always usually reply to my DMs most of the time. I do get a lot, but I usually will reply to them. So send me a DM if you want to show me what you did or tag me on your story or something. I would love to see it. And again, if you guys have any video requests, which I'm sure you guys will, leave them in the comments down below and I would love to do that for you guys because I love teaching you guys. So yeah, I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know what you thought of it, give this video a like, and make sure you subscribe for more art related videos, tutorials, and to see all of your video requests be fulfilled. Follow my Instagram, and I will see you guys in my next one. Bye! Little baby in a bag and I'm working. No, not a vibe, put the work in. Lost and all, I love them all, for me a birthday.